Now, the High Court in Pretoria has ruled that President Cyril Ramaphosa's issuing of a certificate of recognition to the Newzulu king last year was unlawful and invalid. The court also ordered Ramaphosa to set up an inquiry into whether King Misuzulu's ascension to the throne took place in line with customary laws. The succession battle for the AmaZulu royal throne has laid bare the divisions in the power for the Zulu house in KwaZulu-Natal. The legal and traditional arguments that led to the nomination of King Misuzulu back in 2021 and his coronation in October played out at the High Court. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala has been watching this story for us, and she filed this report.
This is the AmaZulu royal family sharing a moment of song and dance in the Pretoria High Court, more than 500 kilometers away from KwaZulu-Natal, the seat of the mighty Zulu kingdom. Unfortunately, the unity in song is misleading as it doesn't translate to the true meaning of unity in kingdom. The many factions are now in and outside of the Pretoria High Court to challenge the processes of King Misuzulu's nomination and coronation. The case was brought to court by his half-brother, Prince Simagade, and his uncle, Prince Misuzulu. The family is clearly divided for all to see.
The royal family, the royal houses, the person who they ushered to the throne is then Princess Magade, who is the king now. And I would say this, Prince Misuzulu, the family has never recognized him as the king.
The day King Zwelithini passed away is the day King Misuzulu ascended to the throne to become king. All these other things are just formalities to confuse people.
Let's now go back in time. The Zulu monarch is one of the most admired on the mother continent and the world at large. On the throne for almost 50 years sat King Zwelithini Zulu until his passing in March 2021. Among his wives is Queen Mantfombi Dlamini. Her lobola was paid by the AmaZulu nation to the Kingdom of Eswatini. On the maternal side, King Misuzulu is the grandson of King Sobhuza II, the late founding father of modern-day Eswatini. When King Zwelithini passed away, he chose Queen Mantfombi as the regent. But in an unexpected turn of events, she also passed away shortly after her husband, leaving her eldest son, Prince Misuzulu, as the next in line. Queen Mantfombi's reasoning was that it was the prince's birthright to lead the AmaZulu nation. That later now forms part of evidence in court. The letter was directed to the late AmaZulu traditional Prime Minister Umntwana Mangosuthu Buthelezi. By virtue of his position, Prince Buthelezi was a custodian of the monarch's culture and tradition. However, his support for Prince Misuzulu to ascend to the throne has been scrutinized by the members of the royal family. Questions by the anti-Misuzulu faction are based on whether actions taken by Umntwana Wakaphindangene in the meeting of the 14th of May in 2021, where Prince Misuzulu was announced as successor to his father, were far beyond his authority as the traditional prime minister.
It's important, my lord, that I do say that there's incredible amount of reverence my clients give to Umntwana Wakaphindangene. If you look at the order they sought, it was an order that once the royal family has set and agreed with each other on who the successor would be, the Prince Buthelezi would be approached and given the name of the person identified by the royal family, and he would announce it. So I'm just saying that there is no attempt to devalue the role that Buthelezi plays.
The late king's brother, Prince Mbonisi's argument cites the separation of powers between the royal family and the ruling houses. Through his lawyer, he speaks of the Zulu royals' family's heads having to meet to choose the rightful heir to the throne. He has common ground with Prince Magade's legal representative, who argued that he was sidelined in the succession battle.
When it comes to deciding who is going to be Ikanda of a particular royal house, only the relevant members of that house take that decision. We therefore submit that there should be no reason why this family should be treated differently from that practice. It is entitled to make a decision on its own after concluding all the necessary consultation processes.
This was a decision that was prejudged. The outcome was prejudged, and there were problems with that. And we submit that that is so on the papers, even if your lordship is ultimately against us as far as that is concerned. Then if one looks at they're essentially the second respondent in Prince Buthelezzi's minutes of the 14th of May. And if I can turn to those, we submit that those in any event demonstrate exactly the same point.
The argument is that there was a clear family dispute. In a letter sent to President Cyril Ramaphosa, who was asked to investigate the dispute before handing over a certificate to King Misuzulu, the family felt the president opted instead to choose a mediation team. The president later gave the certificate to King Misuzulu, which left many unhappy with his conduct. His representatives say the president's decision was based on Judge Mjabuliseni Madondo's ruling and the Prime Minister's counsel. However, it's argued that Ramaphosa's actions were hasty, but his representatives have argued otherwise.
The judgment and orders of Justice Madondo make it clear that after the 2nd of March, there were no legal proceedings in respect of both the validity of the meeting of the 14th of May and the selection or identification of Prince Misuzulu. He was therefore at liberty to endorse the application and submission made in terms of the statute by Prince Mangosuthu on behalf of the royal family.
The 3 days of argument in court ended in a stalemate.
Kufanele amadisk exetshulwe ngoba uhleli esigqikeni ngesisone sakhe futhi azoxetshula ngohlobo esizwe ijaji ikhuluma ngayo njalo abameli bethu bekhuluma ngayo.
It's been 2 years of the battle playing out in various courts. King Misuzulu was officially recognized in May 2021 and his coronation was in August 2022. Yet the battle continues. For Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, I am Nqobile Madlala in Johannesburg.